Welcome to the class of 2025 from the school counselors. I'm Mr. DeFrancesco. I'm here with Ms. Serrano, Mrs. Tibbetts, and Ms. Wallace. At the end of this video, you'll see a walkthrough of the steps you take to make requests at the scheduling worksheet you'll be given. There are 4 gold blocks and 4 maroon blocks, and each day is designated as gold or maroon. Your schedule at TA will be alternating days of 4 classes each day. That means that you can take up to 8 classes. 4 of those are ones we call your core 4: English, history, math, and science. Your current 8th grade teachers will let us know the correct levels for each of you in these classes.
Hi everyone, I'm Ms. Wallace. You'll all want to have Principles of Personal Fitness. So you'll see later that that course has already been marked on the worksheet with an X. If you don't plan to participate in at least 2 seasons of interscholastic athletics, then you'll also want an activity half-credit wellness class. And there are 3 options to choose from. Now you want to take some time to look at all of your choices in the program of studies to help you determine the remaining classes you'd like to request, up to 3 credits worth. You'll see on the worksheet next to each elective that it tells you if the class is 1 credit, which means it runs every other day for the entire year, or a half credit, which means that it runs every other day for half the year, either from September to January or January to June. You'll see many courses in the program of studies there on your worksheet that are not there on your worksheet because not all courses are open to 9th graders. As you get older, you'll have even more options to choose from.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Tibbetts. It's important that you remember that when you enter high school, earning credits matters. This means that you need to pass specific classes to graduate in 4 years. Check out your program of studies to see what you will need to accomplish in the next 4 years. This includes 4 credits of English, 3 credits of math, 3 credits of history, social studies, 3 credits of science, 1.5 wellness, which must include principles of personal fitness, current issues in wellness, and 1 activity half credit, or 2 seasons of a sport. You also need 1 credit of fine art. In addition to the arts courses, there are also some technology and new media courses that count as art credit. You'll see these in the program of studies marked with an asterisk. It's a great idea to complete your art credit in 9th grade so that you don't need to worry about it later. You'll also need to earn 6.5 additional credits, and these can be in any subject area. One thing to notice is that there are 6 languages offered at TA. While it isn't required for graduation, some will expect you to take at least 2 years or more of a language.
Hi, I'm Ms. Serrano. You do not need to request a study hall. Any unscheduled blocks will be filled in with a study hall. You need to request a minimum of 6 total credits. Taking 6 credits would result in you having 1 study hall every day. 7 credits would mean you would have a study hall every other day, and 8 credits would mean you would not have a study hall at all. Remember that a request is not a guarantee. Sometimes 2 classes you would like to take are offered at the same time, and you can't take both. Some classes that are listed may not run if there is not enough interest. Mrs. Snyder will now demonstrate how you will complete the scheduling worksheet.
Hello, 8th graders. We are so excited at Thornton Academy for you to be choosing your course request for us so that you can begin your high school career in just a few months. And I'm here just to help you understand what that process is for you. So because of COVID, we've decided to give a couple of options for the way we do that. So you're going to have either a paper option, or you can go online and do a survey to tell us what your choices are. So I just want to show you both of those so that you have seen it ahead of time, and I can hopefully help you with any questions you might have. So on the right side of your screen, you'll see this is what the paper version looks like. This is what we've done in the past. And then on your left side of the screen, I'm going to talk you through the survey that you would do online that gives you the same result. So you do one or the other. You don't have to do both, whatever works best for you. And then as you go through your choices, you want to be really sure that you're talking with your teachers, your parent or guardian, anybody who might be helpful to you in making some decisions. So if you're doing the online version, you're going to have to put in your name. So I'm going to be Yogi Bear. And So you put in your name, and anything that has that red asterisk means it's required. You probably know that already. Current school, the Tam, Saco Middle, and St. James are our three most common sending schools, but Yogi Bear is from Yellowstone, so I'll just type that in as an other. Again, you have to answer that question. And then there's a little screen here if you're doing it online that just reminds you of what it is that the counselors just talked about, that you've got your core four: English, math, history, and science. And those you don't have to worry about telling us what you want, because your 8th grade teacher is going to let us know what's the most appropriate placement for those four. And then wellness, you need at least half a credit of wellness, which you've already heard about, and I'll show you where that is in a little bit. Most freshmen want to have a study hall, but not all. It depends on you. And then you've got some spaces here in your schedule that might be a language or a fine art or some other elective. So first choice, wellness. It goes through great detail here explaining it. You've already heard also from the school counselors about this, but you'll tell us right here what your plan is. So if your plan is that you're going to complete 2 seasons of athletics here at TA, and that can be either both in 1 year, or it can be 1 season 1 year and 1 season another year, that's fine. But if that's your plan, if you want to do those 2 seasons of athletics and you don't want to take an activity credit during the school day, that's the one you would choose. If you're planning to take dance 1, you don't have to take another activity credit. Or if neither of those options fit, then you have 3 different options here: recreational fitness, weight and power training, fitness for life. And you'll see those descriptions in the program of studies. Now, I want you, before you go forward on this screen, it's really helpful, and unfortunately the paper version doesn't do this calculation for you, but on this screen it will tell you exactly what that means that you have left. And that would be an important number for you kind of just to write down somewhere or remember before you go to the next screen, because you've got English, math, history, science, now half of a wellness class, and then something else, because the principles of personal fitness is in everybody's schedule. So depending on which option you pick here, it'll determine how many possible blocks of classes you have left to choose. So for me, if I chose fitness for life, it says I have up to 3 credits left. So if you want to have a study hall once every other day, then you probably only want to pick 2 more credits. If you want a study hall every day, you would only pick 1 more credit. And if you want to have a full schedule with no study halls, then you would pick 3. So notice if you choose dance 1, that's a different number. If you choose athletics, it's a different number. So that number would be the maximum. It would get you to 8 blocks with no study halls if you were to choose that many credits. So I'm going to go through this thinking I have 3. And now it says the remaining departments are your elective opportunities. So it's going to take you through a few different choices. So fine arts, you've heard about that. You need to have 1 fine arts credit. And as the counselor said, that can be in arts, but it could also be in some of the tech and new media classes. So we have listed here every class that counts as a fine arts requirement. You need to have 1 full credit before you graduate. So either a single 1 credit class like digital design, or you might choose to do a couple of half credit classes, like you might choose songwriting and piano lab. So you don't have to do that 1 credit this as a freshman, but it's nice to get that done with, because the older you get, the more choices you're going to have, and you're not going to want to have to take it later on. And right now you have some space in your schedule. So if you decide that you don't want to do a fine arts, though, there is that option at the bottom to say, I'm not requesting it now, but I know I have to take it later. So you make your decision. And once you've made that decision, I think I'm going to choose acting for next year. I'm going to go to next. And that means I still have a couple 2.5 credits left that I can pick from if I'd like to. Requesting a language. Again, you don't have to take a language. So you could at the bottom say, I'm not requesting one. But if you're planning to go to a college, a 4-year college, usually they require at least a couple of years of a language. Now that means you don't have to start in 9th grade. You could wait and start that later. But if you want to start a language next year, there's lots of different choices. A few of you have already taken, or you are taking, a 1st-year language class, like a Spanish one or a French one. And if that's the case and you want to take the next year, just go down here to other, and I'll do that and say I'd like to take Spanish 2 instead. After you choose your language or tell me that you don't want a language, then you'll go to your last group of electives. So this is just a group from lots of different places: career exploration, everyday engineering, intro to accounting, intro to computer programming, sports psychology are all the other electives that are possible for you as a ninth grader, but you don't have to take any of them if you don't want to. So I think I probably need another credit because I didn't take as many as I wanted. So I think I'll do Introduction to Accounting. And then this last piece, as I mentioned at the beginning, really important to check in with your parent or guardian to make sure that they are feeling like these are the right choices for you too. So please just let us know that you have talked to your parent or guardian about your choices before you hit submit. On the paper form, you actually get a parent signature on there before you turn that paper form back in. But the online version would be great. It's definitely going to get to us the fastest. If the online version is a problem for you, the paper copies will be at your school for your 8th grade. And then you just do submit and you're going to be all set. So that's how you request your courses. If you have questions about any of this, please talk to your 8th grade teachers. They know us. And if they don't have the answer, then they know who to contact at TA to get the answer for you. Also, your school counselor is a great person, has a resource for you who can help you out. So don't hesitate to ask. If anything seems confusing, we're happy to help also. Take care.